right, I think we are live. Let's double check here. Let's see what we got going. I think we are. We're going to get Facebook going up here. We got YouTube going. Let's get everything rolling. All right, let's see what we got going in here. Okay. Facebook is firing up. My YouTube in front of me is not working well, but Kaylee can see if there's people on.
There are about 7 people on.
Can you go live?
It's live.
Good. Okay, good. All right. Now I can't see anything. So hopefully other people can see something, because I can't. Kaylee, can you bring up comments on your side so you can see if anyone's actually...
Okay, yes. There are people here.
Okay. Because I was online 2 seconds ago. Merry Christmas, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. Always technical difficulties. Mike Russo, how's it going, brother? Alright, so just trying to get my YouTube working. I know it's working for you, but I can't see anyone's comments, so I'm trying to get that up and running. Give me 2 minutes of technical difficulties. Hold, please. Can I put the graphic back up for a sec? Aha, there we go. All right, let's try that again. There we go. How's it going, everyone? Scott McKay here, Thin Air Graphics, in for Down and Dirty Tricks on this Christmas Eve. 2 days before real Christmas. Christmas Eve starts tomorrow, so the eve of Christmas Eve. So let's get everyone going. So everyone on Facebook, you guys will see this one camera shot. That's all you guys got on Facebook side. But if you click the link in the description, that link brings you over to YouTube. YouTube has multiple camera angles, better sound, better quality overall. And you can see a lot more here, a lot better. So, hi, Mom. And so pop on over there if you could. You'll get a much better view. Let's see who we got. We got Travis. Blue, thank you, Blue. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much for that. That's going to help out a lot. Let's see. We got 25 people over here. Yogurt Slinger, Max Thrasher, B. Barker, DG Custom Paint, Wesley Wilkerson, Carl, the nameless subscriber, Aaron. How's it going? Blue, of course, Air Todd, Tuscan Airbrush, Paul. Thank you all for popping in. And I will do my best to get all the comments and read them back and answer any questions you have on both sides on Facebook and on YouTube. Michelle, how you doing? So, all right, that's what we got going on. We got everyone here. Let's talk. We got the eve of Christmas Eve. Hope everyone's having a wonderful time getting things ready for the holidays. Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that jazz. Happy and safe. And let's show you what I'm working on tonight. I put a little teaser up what I was going to be doing. And let's just switch on over. This is what we got. I didn't show this. I've had this frame for the better part of 2 years, 3 years, I think. And I coated it with the Createx, the gold, the Quicksilver Gold. So this frame is going to come with this piece. And then, so I have an aluminum panel here that's cut to fit in it. And this is the drawing I've done, which is a Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. So get a little of both going on, and yeah, I think it'll look really cool. I'll probably end up weathering and aging this with some black and doing some washes to make it look really cool when it's done. So that's probably what's going to happen, whoever gets this. But it's a really cool piece. So I'm going to put this off to the side. You guys, I'll bring it back in and out. But yeah, so this is pretty cool. It's like a cast frame, and then I coated it with black, and then did the Createx Quicksilver Chrome on it. So it should be really, really cool. And when I age it up with this theme, it's going to look awesome. All right, so what do we got here? John Morris, how's it going, buddy? Well, howdy, neighbor. Welcome to the feed. All right, it looks good. Thank you, Michelle. And tonight is brought to you by Maker's Mark. Well, not really. It's actually brought to you by Fisheye Filter. Fisheye Filter keeps my paint and my air source dry and clean. So thank you for them. Always, always thank you.
That was almost the wrong one. I almost put up the wrong thing.
And I still love that new logo. That new logo is awesome. And of course, we have our other sponsors too, who help us out throughout the whole year with materials and things we need, which is Craytex, FBS, Iwata, Visionaire, which is this whole easel I got going here, FBS tapes, and all the guys that help us out here. So what I did tonight, past videos, I've done, paper cut, I've done plotting, I've done a mix of both. So I wasn't sure which way I was going to go tonight. I was just going to do full paper cut. I was just going to do, paper cut or draw it and just freehand it. And then I was messing around with my iPad. I just pulled out Illustrator and I just decided to do both. So I did a vector cut to make this thing go a little faster tonight. I did a vector cut and a paper cut that don't line up. So you see how that all lines up together. And it's funny, the reason why I use a plotter so much to cut this stuff, not because I can't do it by hand, obviously I do it by hand all the time, but it's actually, with using Adobe Illustrator with a Wacom tablet or an iPad with a pen, it took me less time to vector it and get it ready to cut than it did to cut this first one out after I drew it. So that's why I like to work both. It's more efficient, it's cleaner. Gary, what's going on, brother? Oh, to everyone, you got Gary, Michael, everyone who's on here who's bought panels in the past 2 months, all those panels did ship out. They are on their way. They won't make it by Christmas, so you'll probably see it Saturday or Monday. So you'll have all those very, very soon. So let's get started with this piece, shall we? All right, this we got going on here. I'm going to actually bring off that. You can see the frame right there. That's the frame. And I'm going to put this paper aside. Okay, so I have here is everything's cut and already cut and plotted out with this material. And I'm going to mount this onto the surface. This is a black piece of aluminum. Like panels most, it's that Alumicore, which is, it's got a PVC core and then aluminum on both sides. Make sure it stays in frame. Got that here. And I did a black and purple. There's actually a purple swirl mix if you look really close here. Let's see if we can get on here. You can kind of see the swirl. Okay, you can drop these sponsors away now. Thank you. So it's got a purple swirl in it and everything going there. So it's really cool. Just to give it a little background. All right. So let's apply the plotted mask that I've already done. They did for my drawing. And I'm going to stick that on there. I always prefer the hinge technique. So whenever I apply a vinyl mask, it's the technique I always use. It's what I prefer because I can get everything lined up and situated first, and nothing shifts on me. So this is stuff I go over at the Airbrush Art Circus and the Airbrush Rendezvous when I have my classes and workshops. Obviously, we'll be going over that February 2nd in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's coming up. So definitely check out that on airbrushArtCircus.com. And I'm going to pull the mask off. So all I'm doing is I put my hinge across the middle, peeling back the vinyl. Tear away that.
How do you go about hanging panels without a frame?
So in this case, because this is a steel board, I have magnets on the back of this panel. I just got that magnetic tape. Let's see if I have it right here. Hold on. So I just got this magnetic tape. I put it on the back. And then it's just stuck down to the canvas, so they ain't going anywhere. And then if I'm hanging panels themselves on walls, obviously, honestly, command strips work the best for me. Just a couple of those. Taking my squeegee, pulled the hinge off. Now I'm just putting the rest of the vinyl right down here. Get it nice and flat. I got 50 people on here. Thank you everyone for showing up on this eve of Christmas Eve. Hopefully you all having a great night. And I appreciate you taking the time to spend with me. Since I didn't do last week, I really wanted to get one more in. I will be taking next week off from the feed just because New Year's coming up and I want to kind of catch up and get some other stuff done. So I'm not going to be making next week's feed. I'll see if I can do a little something, but I don't think I will. So this will be the last feed of 2021. The last painting of 2021. So it's probably going to be impossible for you to see here, but like basically everything on this drawing, all the major lines, zoom in, all the lines have been cut. So all the dark lines, and it all lines up with my pencil sketch. So I can use a paper cut, stencil for loose, as well as the plotted, so everything stays nice and tight. All right, so let's get started here. All right, what am I going to pick first? So the colors I'm using tonight, for those who are curious, I have straight Createx illustration black, illustration white, opaque red, which is the Pyrrole red. I have the illustration violet. And I took illustration cerulean blue, added a little bit of white to it, and cut it 50-50 with transparent base. So it's transparent blue. I'm just going to use a couple little spots with some shading. So, I'm going to get this red hat on here before I start doing any other colors. So I'm going to pull the hat first. I can actually save the pieces up there if I want. So I'm just going to get that on there because that's really the only thing red. But to make it easier, the opaque red covers really well, but it'll cover even better, and I don't have to flood it as much if I put a little white down. And I won't put white all the way to the edge. Just a little bit. And I know there's a little piece of the hat I want to... Like I said, you might not see this when I put the opaque red down, but... Thank you, Paul. That is really much appreciated. Merry Christmas to you and yours. So this way, if I was using a candy red, this would be great too, because if I used a candy red transparent, you'd see all this shading. Even with this red, you might see some of it, so. I want to thank everyone popping on Facebook. We got 12 people over there. If you guys see that link that's been put up there, that link brings you over to my YouTube channel, which is a much higher resolution video. Multiple camera angles and all things like that. Okay, so I just laid that white down, and now I'm using this opaque red. So see how it covers much faster because I put a little bit of white down. This stuff covers really well, but on straight black, I want it to cover pretty quick. So just putting that little bit of white down helps, and I'll go back into that later on. I think this is pretty much the only red I'm using on the thing, so we'll get this out of the way now. But still, you can still see that because I layered it pretty light. Alexis, hello, first time I've been able to catch the feed lives. Oh, sweet.
Oh.
Oh. Alexis, my Alexa just went off because I said hi to you, so that's funny. Thank you for popping in. I hope you get some good information out of it, and got a lot more videos that I've done already, and a lot more coming. So make sure you check it out. Every time I hear Cerulean Blue, I think of X-Files. Huh. I don't know why, but that's cool. I watched a little bit of X-Files, but it's been so long, I don't remember much of it, so. Alright, so that's the only red I'm going to use. And now, I want to get the hat pretty white here. So I'm going to pull the hat first. Because I want to make this kind of loose and jagged. And then I can really soft shade the face. And I can always put this back. The nice thing about this stuff is it comes off this FBS blue mask. The blue mask is what I'm using here for the plotting film. The blue mask, what I love about it is it's soft enough to stretch around corners. It goes around a ball super easy. But it also keeps its shape. So if I want to put things back, I can go right back and lay it right back in the spot. So that's the FBS blue mask. You can get that Coast Airbrush anywhere like that. But yeah, see how that just pops right back into place.
Couldn't find it.
Let's see, Carl, every time I hear something. Okay, so there's that. All right. For this, I'm just going to do a bunch of rat tails coming from the center. Got some flood strokes, and I'm not too worried about this. So just a bunch of little dagger strokes and rat tails, and just because I'll add more later that are freehand. This is really just to get. I'm going to switch up to my above cam. Maybe I'll do some hand brush work. So it was a trigger word to use or mind control people and whatever. Oh, okay. I'm just really noodling around here, not doing anything super committed. Just some dagger strokes. I'll soften this up later. Obviously, I'm being a little bit more careful when I get up near the red. And I'll probably go to a more opaque one later. But let's get this in. I'll tone a little color here, but I want it to look all kind of disheveled and messy and like it should. Yes, Michael, that is on its way. I tried to get him out the other day, and I just too much running around and couldn't do it.
Do you want the mask down?
How much does it cost, and how sticky is it? Will it peel off cardstock paper? Cardstock paper is hit or miss. I don't care how soft the tape is. If you're using a good illustration board, or you're using panels like I'm doing, this is paint mask. It is designed to come off and on painted surfaces, painted materials, things like that. So it's low tack, but it's enough tack for what we need as painters. So it's really one of the best masks on the market, especially as far as conformability. Cardstock, I can't tell you, because it depends what brand, what grade, what thing, what time of day, how wet your paint was, so that I can't give you a guarantee on. But if it's proper material, it should not have an issue. So like I'm gonna put this right back on and kind of protect that area for now so it doesn't get overly done. So I'm just gonna line up a few spots for now. Let's see, I got that back on there pretty quick. It's not peeling paint, paint's dry.
Do you want the thing down?
Yeah. And there's other masks in the market too. I use Avery for like my bigger work because it's a lot cheaper. This is high performance mask for really, you know, basically important work. So I tend to use this on my big work and anything detailed first before I use like the Avery or some of the other stuff. So I got the nose. I just put a little ridge on it. So I can do that first. I'm just peeling that back. Like I said, I'm just doing this for the hell of it. It's not really meant for how-to, but you guys can surely follow along. Kelly, why don't you bring up the reference image so they can see? So it's off to the side. Thank you. So we got the reference image right there, which is my sketch, which is based off the scene, What's This? No comments. Which is one of the funny scenes in Night Before Christmas. He sees a snowflake and stuff, but I put the hat on him and did some tweaks and just made it a little fun. Why so many band-aids? So slice myself, poke myself. Yep. So band-aids.
Is the vector gonna be for sale?
No. It's not mine to sell because of what it is. So the reference image is up. You would have to make your own. I'm not messing with the House of Mouse. This is just really a fun piece of art that I'm making for the holiday, for a one-off. And it's not meant for like redistribution or a class or anything like that. But it is based on my drawing. So see what I did? I pulled it and I just left that first, so it kind of gives you that inner shadow. Which would be what I could do here too, just hand cut it and fold it back, which is, if you follow my other videos, paper cut, same process. I'm not doing anything different here that I wouldn't do on, you know, just a paper cut. Okay, I think I printed out some Jack reference. Is that in front of you? Can you slide that over to me?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, you know, Jack is mainly white, but, you know, if you look at references of them, like I got here, from different scenes, you know, you have different color tones and values that create the shape of his face. So I'm going to be doing that now when I do this. You know, I'm not just going to blow solid white in here. I'm going to use this time to tone in this piece, you know, where the light catches. So the light would obviously catch heavy under the eye. There'll be a really bright spot right there. Same thing here. And this has a double cut as well, so it kind of creates that inner eye just like in here. So I'm just letting that shade come around, and just by shading, like basically spherical shading, just like you would try to shade a ball, it's going to have that same, it's just going to naturally give you that nice radius look. Use super glue, Scott. Yeah, nah, this was fine. So I'm going to do the lower teeth up here like it's catching the light. So it's going to be brighter down the bottom, then I'll wash over the whole thing. So that'll basically get give this piece up. Yep, that starts it off for auction, Gary. And it said if you missed it, this is coming with it. So this is the frame that's going to go with this piece.
I need paper.
Which is really cool.
Sticky notes or something.
Okay.
Where are they?
So by doing the shading now, it's less when I have to do the black. I don't have to. Yeah. So if you tuned in late, anyone tuned in late, this painting is going to come with this frame, which I did a while ago. This is like a basically it's a cast frame, and I had painted it a while ago with Quicksilver Gold. And for this piece, I'll probably maybe black wash this a little bit and age it, just to make a really cool piece. So that'll be a pretty cool one to have. So now with this illustration white, because it's not opaque white, I can slowly build and get that nice tone through the whole piece, so it's not all just solid white. Thank you, Michael. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a purple glow background. Where do you buy your Avery mask? You can. I get all my stuff from a company called Fellers, FELLERS.com. You can order Avery from anywhere in the country. They're a huge distributor. I don't order much on Amazon. Or if you look to, what's it called? Any vinyl or sign suppliers in your state or local area, they'll be able to get it. Or Coast Airbrush. Coast Airbrush has it all as well. So see how by doing that, it's already creating all that kind of shading. By slowly working the white in and not just flooding white in there. So now I can pull this off and take a look at it. So it should have a nice, nice delineation by keeping that mask. And now I can kind of shade back on this. I'm going to leave the eyes masked off for a little while. I'll cut back into the end with that. I want to get the fingers done. Yeah, Sign Warehouse. Fingers, I'm just going to do one digit at a time here. Just tone it in. I'm just toning right down the center. And that, again, it already creates that delineation, that shading by doing that. And I'm going to save these pieces right off to the side as I go. So hope everyone is looking forward to tomorrow and tomorrow and Saturday for Christmas Eve and Christmas. Hope we all have a good, safe, and happy time. A little bit back to normal. And last year, still not where it needs to be, but we're getting closer. So that's a good thing. Yeah, this is why I like working on dark surfaces with white, because, you know, by painting the highlights, you're automatically getting all your shading, so you have to go less with black at the end to achieve it. And it's pretty quick. And this is a lot of the process, like I said, this is a lot of the process I do at my Airbrush Art Circus. We go over how to make the masks and how to design everything as well, because we have the 5-day program to really kind of fine tune everything and really walk you through all the steps. So if anyone's interested, check out airbrushartcircus.com. And the next one coming up is February 2nd through the 6th, I believe.
That's the right one.
And that's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So that'll be February, so AirBrushArtCircus.com, go look at that. If you're interested in learning some of these techniques. I really see without being able to see with the masking. Well, I can see the mass here pretty well, so and I drew it, so I know the direction, so that definitely helps out a lot. And you know, this is a system I've been doing for so long and working with that, you know, I kind of got it down. But thank you, Carl. Appreciate that. Kayla, you can pop that down.
Want the reference image?
No, the.
Do you want the reference image?
Yeah, let's keep the reference image up. That way you can see where I'm going. Hey, what's happening, guys? So if you're just popping in, your panel is going out as well. It's already in the mail. You should see that in the next few days. Unfortunately, it's not going to make it by Christmas. Sorry about that. See just that little bit of shading. I'm just painting the highlights. And you're automatically getting that shade. It's a nice thing about painting with white on a black surface. Route 22 Total Customs. Merry Christmas to you as well. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for tuning into the feed. I got 62 people. I wasn't sure how tonight was going to go. If it was going to be a flop because everyone's busy or everyone's kind of getting ready and kind of hunkered down for the holidays. Hopefully everyone's got tomorrow off or most of it off, and then hopefully you all got Christmas off. So this is the shirt under here, this white shirt. But you know, same thing. You just got a little shading in there. Basically the bat bow tie is just casting down. So we'll do that towards the end. Right now it's just a matter of getting the white in there. And get his neck. Let's see, we got anyone on Facebook asking questions. We've got Mike Frederick. How's it going? Corey Cowger. Jason Bell. James Collier. Eric Garcia. Dewey Dave. Dave Monig. Ho ho ho. Scott Waters. Scott Rena. Thank you all for popping in. It's harder for me to see the Facebook feed. Carlos Felix, how's it going? Merry Christmas to all you guys. If you get a chance, click on that link and get over to the Facebook side. It's much easier to see everything that's happening. You get a much better view with the multiple cameras and all that stuff. Got the next 10 days off. Jeez. Must be nice to get 10 days off. It's all right. I want to do this white, and I'm going to bring in some of that blue here. You know, one of my favorite movies I've always loved, Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, I think this is the first time I've actually painted Jack. I don't remember ever painting him, even for fun. Yeah, I don't think I've ever painted Jack Skellington.
No, that can't be right.
I don't think I ever have. I know I never did on video, but I don't think I've ever painted him in general.
Huh.
Yeah, if I was 10 days off, I'd have to be somewhere. I couldn't, like, just do it sitting at home, even at my studio. Mainly because, for me, painting is not so, just more work related than fun, so. Let's see here, we got some blue, let's do that now. Yeah, I want to give this a little blue tint. So it's that cerulean blue. So I'm just going to hit a lot of this with the blue, and then I'll go back over it with the white, and it'll kind of give that effect, that cold kind of effect, just like the film. That's why I'm obviously calling this. Thanks, Aaron. Much appreciated. I recently painted him in Jill and the dog in front of a full purple moon. Nice. Yeah, this is going to have purple, that purple glow in the background. Probably won't do the moon. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that blue. And as I go through the end... Now, I'm off tomorrow and Christmas. We have family, Crystal's family mainly coming tomorrow. It's friends, and then my family on Christmas. So, it'll be a really good time. And I'm going to put just a little kind of a blue cast over Jack. See that? Just that little bit of blue. And I'll probably put a little purple towards the end too, but it'll kick off nice off the blue. Let's see. Mr. Barker, have a good evening. Thank you for popping in. Get well, stay healthy. Like I said, this blue is semi-transparent, so it's just doing a nice wash. Cool, cool, cool. Let me see here. Now we'll go back into that white and see how that looks. Because now the white's going over blue. And I'm going to make it all kind of crystally. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit more on that. This White's flowing really, really nice tonight. It's just standard white. From the illustration white, Createx illustration white. Mixed with a little bit of 40-50. Just like really like 3 or 4 drops. And then 40-11 reducer. Good night, sir. Have a Merry Christmas. I want to thank everyone who's done some Super Chat donations. Much appreciated. And we got 2 bids on this right now. We got up to, I think we're still at 200 from Michael. Okay. Alright, now, let's do... I'm trying to think what to do first. Let's do the bat. Yeah, we're going to do the bat. So the nice thing is he's mainly already there. So I'm just going to shade and then run all the lines. So use my little pocket graphics here. We'll find a good curve right there for that head. Just separate that head from the ear. You actually work? Yes, I'm working with clean brushes. I only do that occasionally where I forget to clean them. The collar over here. So see how by just putting that little bit of shading, it separated that? We're supposed to clean our airbrushes? Yes. Kind of. When you have time. Which is what I do. So by putting these lines in, then when I go with the black, I can just carve the final. But it's pretty simple. You know, because it's a black background, most of Jack is already done because he's already in black. You know, I can work around the outfit. So I always save what I pick off. I may never use it, but I'd rather have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. Getting pretty cool. Oh, I think most people change the oil. I worked in a automotive shop for years, and That was what the majority of customers came in for. About the only thing they did do kind of religiously. Yeah, some people don't. You just keep adding it and you'll never run out, right? Okay, so that's the collar. Those all go this way. Here, yep, down. Blue masking Frisket. Well, not Frisket. Frisket's a brand of material. Don't use Frisket with automotive paints. It's fine with Createx, it works fine, but solvents, don't use them with solvents. Frisket does not like solvent paint. Pull this off. Soften these eyes up a little bit and get a really good look at Jack. Alexis, thank you very much. Yeah, you know, these come in super handy.
Literally.
Do you want me to unplug it?
Yeah. We're going to unplug our Amazon Alexa so she doesn't keep talking.
I don't know where it is. There it is. I forgot it was a tall one.
So I'm just going to pull the mask of the teeth. Look at that. It's already getting there. So it's like shade with color and a little bit of dark. It's going to look really cool. I'll do that all at the very final end. So I'm just going to wash a little white over his whole outfit because I'll cut back in with black. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit of this blue shading as well. And some purple. Is that what you use in solvent? No, I'm not using solvent. For solvent, I use House of Color. In here, my studio, I don't. I'm using Createx Illustration. There's a lot of pros and cons and different things. There's strong things and pluses and minuses to both. So, kind of lengthy to get into this evening, but you can do the same thing with both. It's just kind of a preference for certain things. I'm going to hit the purple off of this one side. Where's Gerald tonight? I'm not using green. I haven't checked in on Facebook in a little bit. I got 4 people over there. No. Kaylee's got the hiccups over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Alright, so before I go in, I'm popping in and out. We're putting together our power wheels. Jeep. Oh, nice. Yeah, Kaylee is old enough where we're not putting together big crazy toys. Canon Ava 25, I'm new with airbrushing. What to use with stencils? There's lots of different ways to use. So, for like this, you can make your own by drawing and doing a paper cut, which is what I'm doing here. So I can use a stencil to block things off here. This is plottable film, which is a vinyl sticker material that you can design and cut and plot on a machine or cut by hand. And then we have like my polygraphic stencils, which are Mylar stencils that you can purchase anywhere that sells art tool, or you can make your own out of Mylar. Not your own polygraph, but your own templates. There's a lot of different ways to do it. All right, so I got a little white overspray here. I want to get that red super bright. I know, have a great Christmas. Hey, Merry Christmas, man. Have a great one. Thank you very much for popping in. Hope you have a great new year. I'll catch up with you another time, sir. Let's get this red in here. Today, Kelly's going to have to go get a big drink of water. Focus on breathing in and out. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to pull him off.
Sorry.
Oops. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. So I just want to get some color in the background, so I'm going to do like a bright purple glow behind him. And there's already a purple kind of swirl texture going on. But let's see what this is going to look like. Hey, Kaylee, why don't you go downstairs and get some water? Okay, keep drinking that water. So I'm pulling all the mask. You can see everything, so let's see what that's going to look like here. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be a cool piece. Yeah, I might have to keep this one. No more bids. I'm kidding. I have way too many paintings on my walls that I've done. I'd rather look at other people's stuff than my own. Alright, so see this loose template I did? You could go in and plot things twice and just stick it back on. But what I find is when you do that, you get a pretty hard, you get not a hard edge, but you get a slightly harder edge because you got, masking, you got very tight edges. This is going to get a nice soft edge to what I got going on here. And that when it's done, it'll actually kind of take that stenciled look out of it, and it won't be so harsh. Just gonna make sure it's all, you don't want any gaps. That's the only thing. Thanks, Aaron. Let's see. So whether you had a plotter or not, you could do the same technique. You just gotta, you'd be doing a little bit more paper cutting, but and the nice thing is, this being steel, the magnets stick to it, even through that thick plastic. So it's actually really good. All right, let's get some purple down there. Okay, so this I'm using Illustration Violet. I probably should use some of the opaque purple for this. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to start with a little bit of white. Oops. I'll do that. We'll just hold them down as well. But I really want the snowflake to have kind of a big glow, the biggest glow, because that'll have kind of a bluish glow, and then I'll have purple everywhere else. check it to make sure. If I used a thinner board, it'll definitely have more magnetic penetration, but I don't, so I'm going to work with this. Yeah, I don't, I like hard edges for certain things, but I don't like hard edges on something that shouldn't have hard edges. This should have soft edges because of the character type. Hard edges for graphics, cool. For this, for me, not as much. But that's why it's art, man. We paint what we want, how we like it. And this purple will really show up more when it's cleared than anything else. So. Oh, hopefully you get it tomorrow, man. I know what that's like to be waiting for parts. It's never fun. Let's see how these lined up and what I have to fix. So there's some edges I got to deal with. That's fine. That's why this is kind of that midpoint painting. But you see, you get that nice glow, that separation. But you have some edges. But by using the paper mask, I don't have a overly sharp edge that the vinyl plotter film will use, because it's paper. It's got a softer edge. So like up here on the top of the hat, where you can see a little bit of the white poking through, I can just shift that down a little bit so I can carve that out and get that bigger purple glow. Which that purple is going to look really bitchin', off this, because you're going to have that pop. But now we can get down to some details and some other stuff. It's 9 o'clock, not bad for an hour.
Going on since I ate lunch.
Just some nice little. Yeah, so this was hand cut. So this was hand cut from the paper printout, and it lines up with the plot file I designed that goes with it. So I drew it first, and then printed it out, then realized I want to create a vector mask, so I just used the same drawing, and I print them out 1-to-1. So this paper cut lines up perfectly with my plotter mask. I'm going to do a little trick I learned from Gerald Mendez. We're going to do a little bit of random stippling by putting the pressure down really low. Let's see if I can get it to work. I'm just going to pull back the trigger and do a little... Just looks like a little starburst kind of going. And I'll tone that back up. And see how it's got that nice... See, it's got that nice little glow happening. Let's bring in the black. So the black, this is mixed up pretty strong. So now I can go and really carve out these clothes, get them really nice and dark. And if I want to really separate out that collar, I can just put that back, just tone off of that. See? And you get that nice separation there for the shoulder. This stuff's pretty bold, so I'm going to do that first, then I'm going to actually thin this paint out to do some of the shading. Well, it's pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do, because these eyes are, fully black, but I'm going to kind of soften up that edge. I just bring that black and soften it. See how that transitions it a little bit nicer? I'm definitely going to reduce this.
The highest bidder is
Michael.
Michael's at 200.
Yep, Michael at 200 is the highest bidder. Oh, we just had, Mark Webb, much appreciated for that. For the spiced eggnog, I got some eggnog downstairs. And Kayla, did you have any tonight? I know you haven't. I don't think you had any yet. So we have to have some eggnog afterwards. Yeah, Michael Stanton is still the highest bidder at this stage of the game. And I just spilled some black paint in my hands. What else is new? I have the same compressor. It scares the shit out of me. Mine's pretty quiet. Mine, I just have the I want a Smart Jet Pro. And it's nice and quiet for what it does. I shall take the paint.
What are you doing?
Shaking the black. Sorry, Calvin was wondering what I was doing. Shaking. So basically, I just took that same heavy black I was doing before, and I'm trying to weaken it out. Because I want it to actually... I want to shade, not cover. So basically, I added a little bit more transparent base to it. You can use a 40, you know, 4050 will do the same thing, but you know, the transparent base of 4004 is a little cheaper, and it's, you know, it's the same thickness of the paint. Okay, so basically I took that heavy black, thinned it out, so now you should have this nice kind of shader color, see? It's a shading black. Because now I want to go in, you know, I need a little more reducer. Mr. Voss here? John Moore's eggnog, good idea, gonna pour one right now. Oh, a little dark rum to it. Mr. Voss is in the house. Well, Merry Christmas Eve. Eve to yourself as well. Green Camaro, I gotta have it up. $225 just went up.
That is wine.
So this is what I do. So I got everything kind of midpoint. Now I'm gonna go in. You know, my micron is acting up a little bit. I might have to switch out. Let's see. No, it's not sold yet. It's got to go to the end. Impress how you're going back to the eye sockets without fear of being too heavy. Yeah, you know, it's just like anything. It's just like, you know, when you paint, man, you gotta... I like getting everything to the mid-tone. And there is obviously a risk involved at that stage, but I like getting everything midpoint, and especially with these hard edges, I like to soften that out. Because what that's going to do, you know, I can push that eye socket back here and here. And I can kind of push back, especially under here, the hat. And kind of start creating that drop shadow. And I lost my... Oh, there's my pocket.
Whoa.
Almost.
Holy crap. Did you see that?
What? Oh, that I almost dropped that?
No,
yes.
Ben.
Oh, yeah, someone just bid in. Gary, thank you for that bid. And then Green Camaro, thank you, sir. I'm sensing a theme here because you got the Grinch one coming to you.
Christmas fan.
So now I can start bringing that tone. And I kind of like doing this too. See, I use my pocket graphics here to get that edge a little bit hard, but not super hard, okay? Just enough. You know, under the neck. Oh, ruh-roh. Yeah, and it does come with the frame. Does come with the frame. And like I said, I think I'm gonna black wash this frame a little bit and make it look a little bit more antiqued and aged. I think that'll be the plan for that. I'm gonna drop shadow. Yeah, I'll show you a nice little trick. I'm gonna do a drop shadow. I want to drop shadow the bat onto here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take with those bids. Cheers, guys. Thank you for your support. It is much appreciated over the years. I wish on tonight we were still doing Mike's feeds instead of mine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I took this and I took this, I just cut it apart. I'm going to move it down Just create a very soft drop shadow. Underneath that. See, that just casts a little drop shadow there. And then go a little heavier. Like the collar. And drops behind a little bit. Tone this, we're going to tone that mouth out a little bit. That purple. We need to drop shadow the hat here. Oh, son of a... Nothing. Okay, I need your favor.
Yep.
I dropped the cap right there. It just popped on me. I'm pointing to it. So I just had a little paint explosion.
Oh,
As you can tell.
no.
Pop the cap off. I put the quick connect and the cap popped. But it didn't get on the painting. The bidding is too low right now. Whoa, jeez, you can get in on that.
Cam, you can tell too.
Hmm?
Just got a little bit on my fingers.
Okay, so I'm gonna fix that. Okay, where was I?
Somewhere.
Thanks. Okay, so I'm just gonna shade that.
Was there any change in the bid while that happened?
No, no change.
Okay, good.
No, I didn't drop the brush. I popped this and it like jolted and the cap popped off and spilled all over my hand. So luckily I didn't get any on anything important. Yes, get that more of that blue glow. Really loving the glow. Michelle, at least you didn't pour epoxy into the cup with no... Oh, I've done that. Not tonight, but I've done that, so I feel your pain on that one. We still got a few people over on the Facebook side. Sorry guys, I don't see the Facebook feeds come up as fast. So if I'm missing any questions, I'm really sorry about that. Easiest way to fix that is to definitely pop on that link and get over to the high quality feed. And that I see really well. Alright. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, my card CM was acting up a little bit. I gotta think I gotta tear that down. It wasn't getting the black line work I wanted. I really gotta get the shading under this mouth. See how that little bit creates that ooh. And I want to go up all the basically the smile area and just kind of tone them. It looks less stickery and by toning it like this, then I can go in for the white highlights and it'll really pop. Gary, thank you for that. Yep, it's looking cool. Every step closer now as when it starts to get better and better. Like I said, I always say this is the stage I like the best about the painting. We'll definitely throw some brush work, I think, into this hood. Yeah, this is definitely going to get down to a shorter feed because it's 9:16. I think 15 more minutes. We'll wrap this thing up and detail up the knuckles. And go in for the white highlights. But see how easy that is, whereas it's already shading. I don't need to have these big, super harsh black lines. Because I already got the shading from when I did the white. So I just need to kind of accent it. Mark, well, we're going to run. Hey, thank you very much for popping in. Really, really appreciate it. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to go have some spiced eggnog. Just because of your chat. Alright, I think we're getting down to the end. Let's go in for these nice little highlights here. Some pure white. Get that glow on the edge. Oh, you know what? The quality win, Gary. The quality of the art, craftsmanship. That's what we're talking about. So watch how this comes together. All these little highlights is where it always comes together at the end. Get right under here. We can get those under the mouth. And it catches that light. Just like when you do in a regular skull, it's these highlight areas. This is where it really makes all the difference. So if you want to set yourself up for success, you got to do all that mid work first, and then the end is where it's all going to come together. I said we'll age that. We're going to age that frame and make it look all a little bit old and rugged. It shouldn't be perfectly gold, I don't think, unless the buyer wants it fully gold. I'll leave it that way. But I'm thinking just a little black wash weathering would be nice, especially with the whole jack thing. I think it'll be good. But it's over. Bids are still open. No, it's not over yet. I'll call that down in just a little bit. Yeah, my plan was to do a little bit shorter feed tonight because it's Christmas Eve. Alright, let's get the fuzzies here. Make this look all, don't want to look all stencily, I want to look all fuzzy. I'm going to age it now. I don't think I'll age it here. I think I'll wait till afterwards and just wash it. You know, I'm thinking just a light wash of black, and you know, then I'll just wipe it down so all the deep crevices get dark. Maybe I'll throw a little black in here right now before I do that, though, because I think that's going to look really cool. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think the weathering will be a nice touch. Yeah, I think you're right. Nice and soft. Happy little fuzzies. Yep. Or just little squiggles and turns. Make those edges go away. That's the fun piece. Definitely digging it. Brushwork definitely does a good job. Brushwork's nice. It just adds that little bit. Especially on like Tim Burton stuff, you know, he's always got those nice like hard lines that are kind of mixed in. Yeah, just, you know, I like putting a little brushwork in there. Just, you know, it makes it look more painterly. As the Queen of Christmas, I approve this painting. Well, that is a seal of approval that I am stoked to get. Merry Christmas, Alexis. Thank you very much for popping in. Hope to see you again. Now this one here. Squiggles! Take sprinkles. Oh, that's awesome, man. Your piece is on its way as well. You should probably see it by the weekend or early in the week. Little brushes, little dots, just to give it that nice. Okay, final highlights. We got the last couple minutes. Final bids, get them in now. Kaylee, what are we at?
375.
375?
Gary.
Gary's at 375 with the highest bid right now. I'll leave that as going once. Going twice. This kid won. Oh, 425. He came in. That was at the going twice mark.
Okay.
Gary's really got this Christmas theme going on. Oh, Gary and Gary.
I'm just saying green.
Okay, so we are at 425 going once. I'm just going to keep doing some little details here. No, not bad for 2 hours of performance. It's about 6 hours of work that went into drawing, design, plotting, setting up the cameras. So, but yes, still not bad at all. I'm not complaining. I'm very appreciative of all the guys that take care of me. Oh, that hit my heart. The kids can have it. All right, that's Gary. She's threw in the towel on that. Green Camaro, you are the final bid at 425.
Oh, wait, is Maggie bidding?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm never sure if it's Maggie or Gary who's bidding. So.
Okay. Oh yeah, because Maggie bid earlier on Facebook.
Ah.
So it must have moved over.
Yeah, I can't see Facebook as fast because of the way it's set up.
Mhm.
Congratulations, Maggie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This. I'm going to do a little bright edge here. Let's edge him a little bit. Got a nice little glow just happened right there. And thank you, Honey, for the super chat. Thank you, Mark Webb. And I forget who else did. I'm sorry. If I was on the computer, I could see it all. Yeah, it's not letting me see her. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats. Thank you, everyone, for all the support all year. This channel has grown more than double since I really started hitting this hard back in June and doing almost weekly videos. We've over doubled the amount of followers and the amount of people watching, and everything has just gone up. So I can't thank you guys enough for all of that. Sharing it, bidding, making this happen keeps me wanting to come back every week and do more and more.
Oh my god.
That was a good catch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For those who you can't see that just happened, my micron just started falling and I grabbed it on the way down. So like I said, this is the frame. So that's going to look pretty darn cool. We'll go in here and we'll age some of this out. Yeah, it's going to look cool with some aging to it. And then I'm going to like dry brush and weather it a little bit. And I think that's going to look just really bitchin'. Let me zoom out here and you can see. It's gonna get a little shaky here. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, you can swear a little bit in live feed. It's not too bad. You know, they're fun to do.
It's hard. It's harder on YouTube. Much harder on YouTube to swear and not get demonetized.
Yeah, it's but there's a lot.
Which is annoying because it's like a recent development. They started like lessening your reach if you swore.
Well, yeah, because now you have to go in and change your options for kids and stuff. Get that purple glow in there. And I think that is going to finish it off. Do a nice love to see it in real life. Oh, John, you got to swing by probably next week or so, or before I ship it out. You're only one town over. Definitely take a swing by and check it out. So that is the finished piece. That is going to a new home. I would like to give a really heartfelt thank you to everyone who's bid this year, especially Gary, and Blue, and everyone who's really stepped up and helped grow this channel and shared it with 1 million people and shared it with all their friends, and we're keeping it going. So I want everyone to have an awesome Merry Christmas, awesome holidays, Happy New Year to everyone. I probably will not do another feed till after the new year. So be safe, have fun with everyone, enjoy life, keep painting, and I will see you all in 2022. Have a good night all. Thanks so much. Enjoy the painting. Love you all. Thank you. See you later.